Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing, and if you're returning, welcome back. So I am still working in Summer Nights by Hanna, but this is the final part, guys, where I have to shed blood, sweat and tears. This is going to be the final part. This is part 4. I am not doing a part 5. So we've got to get this page done. But all we've got to do is the leaves and a little caterpillar. The leaves are going to be basic leaves. So the basic leaf that I kind of like to do is just starting off, let me bring you in. So right down here I normally go for a darker shade and then getting lighter and lighter towards the tip. And then this centre part here, I think I'll leave that lighter as well, possibly even put a little bit of white gel pen detailing on at the end. The caterpillar's going to be green with a little bit of yellow along the top bits there. So we're going to get straight into it because I'm not going to talk chatty today because we're not doing a part 5, guys. We're not doing a part 5. We're going to get this done. Let me bring this down. Whoops a daisy. Let me just fix and adjust my camera to where I want it to be, and then we can get in on these leaves. I'm going to start on the top ones, so somewhere around here. Some up on the page. What's that? So I have decided I am not going to do much of a background on this page, but I am going to splat some metallic watercolour on at the end, so it sort of looks like a bit of pollen splattered around or flying around in the background, and I will be using these Renaissance watercolours at the end. But get straight into the leaves. I'm obviously using the Polychromos again, and we are going for May Green 170 as a base. As always, the pencils will be linked in the description of the video, so that they're to hand if you want to watch the video through first and then get your colouring page out and follow along later. You don't have to rewatch to find out what colours I'm using. They are all linked down below, so you can see it's very easy. As I did with the sunflower petals, I'm just going in with a light layer over all of the leaves. I'm doing all of the leaves at the same time because it's just the way I like to work. It's just the way I work. We're all different, aren't we? We're all different. Some of these are right on the edge of the page as well. My little pet hates, but can't be helped. I only hate it because sometimes if your pencil gets stuck on the edge, it can create this, it goes darker. It makes your pencil press on harder sometimes, right on the edge, and that's what you don't want, especially if you're doing leaves how I'm doing them, where I want them lighter on the edges. So let's get round, and we're nearly all the way around this first sunflower leaf. Just a couple more and then we can get the darker colour of green on here. See, I've done it there. Oh, dearie me. Dearie me. That's that for that one. So next up, the next pencil, one of my favourite shades in this set, Chrome Oxide Green 278. I love this colour. Absolutely love it. So it's quite a deep, dark colour, this one. So I'm going to start off with a hard pressure right at the base, and then gradually go into a medium pressure and then a light pressure so that you're barely touching the page. I'm not going to go over this central bit, so this little bit going up the centre of the leaf, don't go through that with the dark because I'm going to leave it light. I think sometimes on the, are they called the veins of the leaf, those? Sometimes on those, it depends what sort of leaf you get, but some are lighter and sometimes they're darker than the rest of the leaf. I'm going to leave these ones light in this case, just because I want to. Oh dear. I'm going to get this done in 4 parts, guys, so I'm not going into a 5th part. I think people get bored as well. I know whenever I ask people if they want to see the whole thing in real time, they do always say yeah. So some people are interested in seeing it start to finish, no matter how many parts, but I do notice that on the other hand, a lot of people get bored. They probably see the thumbnail crop up and they're like, oh no, not that page again. Or maybe that's just me thinking, oh no, not that page again. But there we go. I am happy to move on to another page after this one, it has to be said. And I think, you know what, I think I might do another page in Flowerscape, because I adore that book. And I've been eyeing up, there's a chameleon page in there which is really cute. And I've been eyeing up that page, so we shall see. Can never get my words out in the morning. I do insist on filming in the morning, and I'm half asleep half of the time. I don't think I like get any of my energy until like probably around like 6 PM at night. Honestly, until then I'm just like so tired. I'm like a vampire. Oh, someone's iPad or phone. My son's iPad making little beep beep noises. I best check his iPad actually. Because sometimes I use his iPad when I've been live streaming in the past, you know, to get the chat up. Because I film from my phone, so I use his iPad to get the chat up. So I obviously have to sign into my Google account on his iPad. And when I finish using it, I sign myself out. But for whatever reason, he's sometimes able to sign back into my YouTube off his iPad, even though I've signed out. So occasionally I'll go onto my YouTube and I see these videos pop up of like just Roblox gamers and stuff like that, and it'll say I'm subscribed to them, and I'm like, I've not subscribed to these. Or like kids channels, and I'm like, I've not subscribed to these. And it's my son what's gone onto my account and subscribed to these channels. So if you ever see some dodgy comments on videos, like, it won't be a full sentence because he can't type sentences. It'll be like a load of mumbled up letters. If you ever see anything like that on anybody's videos as a comment, you know it's not me. It's my son. Oh dear, I really need to fix it, but I don't know how to stop him signing into it. He does it accidentally. He like fiddles with all the buttons. And I keep going back on it and clicking on use YouTube signed out. And then, yeah. So you can see where I'm just darkening up at the base of all these leaves, and then I'm going to go back in with the lightest colour we used, just to get rid of all the white space at the end in a minute. I've only got a few more petals on this one. I think we're doing good for time. We're doing good for time. Might get it done in this part. Part 4. Part 100. Can you imagine if I tried to do anything really, really detailed as a colour along? Honestly, it'd be about 20 parts long. I'm not even joking. Well, my copy of Kirby Roseanne's Alien Worlds arrived the other day. I got it from the works. But I'm not going to do a flip through because I feel like people have all bored out now of flip throughs of Kirby. There's been so many. I expect that you've already seen it about 100 times. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother with a flip through, but I might colour in it on the channel at some point. I have spotted right on the back page, because it's a very, very busy book, guys. Very busy. I don't know if you've seen a flip through. I'm being honest with you now, I can't see myself colouring many of the pages because they do look intimidating. The main reason I had for purchasing this book is because I think it, you know, there's a chance that it could be his last colouring book. So I wanted to grab it. There's a couple of pages where I really, really like, and I think, yeah, I'll colour them. And then there's a lot where I just think I wouldn't even know where to start. It scares me. Just opening the page and looking at them, they're very, very busy. So, but I have seen on the back page there's a astronaut, and it's not busy at all. It's a really nice page, a really nice astronaut right on the back page. And we're thinking about doing that on the channel because it's quite a nice one. So now we've got all the dark shades of green in. I'm going to go back in with the May green that we used first. I've got glitter. Oh, it's off that metallic water paint, isn't it? No, it's off here. It's off there. See, it transfers. So when I shut this book, it will probably transfer onto this page. I'll have to get a piece of wax paper to put in here, I think, because that is what that is off. Yeah. So May green. I'm getting sidetracked. And I'm gonna go on the edges of these leaves with a May green, sort of halfway, and I'm gonna leave the very tips. Do I need to come in even further? I feel like I'm not zoomed in enough again. Oh my gosh, camera stay still. Yeah, that's better. So I'm gonna come in, you can see I've filled all that white space in up to there, but I'm gonna leave right at the tip because I want that to be whiter. So I'm gonna blend that with either a colourless blender right on the end or the buff titanium that I like blending with from the Caran d'Ache set. Oh, notifications just cropped up for Coin Master. Somebody stole my money on Coin Master. I only reinstalled that game the other day. I used to play it ages ago, absolutely ages ago, and it started annoying me, so I like got rid of it years ago now, and I've just reinstalled it just for a bit of fun. I'm like, someone's just stole all my money. Oh, I saw an advert for, I actually thought it was a film. It was an advert for a game. Is it that? Something's Mansion. It's like a grandma in a mansion. And it was Pedro Pascal advertising it, and I legit thought it was a new series with him in or something, or some sort of new film. I was gutted when I found out it was just an advert. I was like, what? No way. How big is their budget to get him to do an advert for their game though? He's a handsome man, him. I'm not gonna lie. He is so handsome. So still leaving the centres white as well. I'm not going to touch those centres there. Well, they're not white. They have got a light base coat of this green on, but you know, they look pretty white at the minute. I just hope I've not misplaced my buff titanium in a minute when I want it. But we shall see. Let's bring you around. Don't want to be off screen, do we? So has anyone been colouring along with this page? I know quite a few of you have said you've already done this page. It must be a popular one. It is a beautiful page. Has anyone followed along or planned to follow along with my 4-part video? 4-part video. It's not going to be a 5-parter. It's not going to be a 5-parter. Right, let me zoom out a little minute while I find my blender pencil. Titanium buff. It might be in my pencil case. I hope it is. Let's see. Yep, got it. Just needs a little sharpen. So you will hear my noisy sharpener. I really like this one though, the swordfish icon. It's a bit scratchy, but I really like this sharpener. I had the Helix one for a while, but it seemed to go blunt straight away. I don't know if I got a dodgy one or what. Right, so with the buff titanium, I'm just going to go right on the edges of the leaves where we want them to stay white and down the centre. And then I'm just going to brush it off. Do I need to come back in? You can sort of see I'm just getting rid of all the white space basically. And then we can move on to the second set of leaves. Let's go down here. If you don't have this pencil, just use any blender pencil. Any blender pencil, or you could even use your white pencil to go on the edges with. A white or an ivory. going to leave that one there. So that's that one done. We're going to move on to this one now, and then the stalk is going to be exactly the same as the leaves, because why make it any more difficult? And then we'll get onto the caterpillar. So there we go. So zoomed in as I can without going off camera. So using the May Green 170 again for a light layer of green over everything. The stalk, the leaves. I'm gonna do it all. There we go. I'm gonna twist my arm a little bit to try and get the angle on this one. Without my big hand getting in the way. That's a stalk there, isn't it? That's a stalk. My belly is rumbling out. The microphone's not picking that up. It's like, I don't know why I've just eaten. Just had some toast. Oh, another emergency vehicle incoming. We had one on my last video as well, I think. Incoming! Should I guess the vehicle? Should we have a game of guess the vehicle? I'll let you know when it goes past. I'm going to guess it an ambulance today. It was a fire engine yesterday. I'm going to guess an ambulance. I'll let you know when it goes past. Can you hear it yet? Can you hear it yet? Let me have a look. Oh, where is it? Yeah, it's an ambulance. 1 point to me. That's gonna be my new game, you know. That's gonna be my new game. Guess the emergency vehicle. It's normally like police at night, and it's normally always more than one, so you can hear like multiple sirens. Right, so now we're going to go in with the darker green. So we're going to use the Chrome Oxide Green 278. We're going to do the same as we did for the other leaves, which is leaving this strip light, starting off dark at the bottom, pulling it up lighter as we get further up the top of the leaf, like that. So it's Friday today that I'm filming this. I don't know if it'll go up on Friday. It depends how much YouTube loves me. How much my editor loves exporting. Sometimes it takes forever, and then they upload to YouTube into HD. That can take a while. So it depends how much YouTube loves me and my editor. But it'll either go up today, which is Friday, or it'll go up Saturday morning. Anybody up to anything good this weekend? I always ask everybody else, and I'm never up to anything myself, really. Apart from my daughter's got a friend sleeping over later. She's bringing her home after school, and she's having a sleepover. They've said they're going to go into the big city centre tomorrow to go shopping. I've got my daughter's swimming tomorrow. I think that's about as exciting as it gets for me. Swimming lesson she's got tomorrow morning, and then she's going out with her nana on Sunday to pick a birthday present, because it's a birthday on the 29th of March. When she was born, it landed on Good Friday that year. I always remember being in the hospital on Good Friday. Let's try and twist it round a bit so it doesn't hurt my hand as much to get to these leaves down here. My partner's booked a week off work as well. Woo! I said my partner, not my husband this time. I got it right. Yeah, he's booked a week off work when the kids are off, because the kids are off soon for the Easter holidays. So he's booked a week off, and he actually gets a longer week because he's booked the week off, and then the Monday he should be going back as a bank holiday, so he gets a sneaky extra day off. It's good when you can do that, isn't it? Book a week either side of bank holidays and you get extra days. Get extra days off. I'm just going to put a bit of darkness here, but I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to bring it all the way up here. I'm just bringing it to the... Alright, I'm going to turn you around and up. So this stalk, I'm sort of going to go dark at the top of the stalk. And that was my son's iPad again doing something dodgy. It scared me that then. So I'm going to do the top of the stalk dark and the bottom of the stalk dark, if I can get in without it ruining the edge of the book. And then sort of blend it into a lighter as we get into the centre the stalk. There we go. And then this bit's a leaf, another leaf. Go. Oh, edge of the book. I don't like the edges of the book. I don't. There's only a couple more petals to do with this dark colour, I think. Spin around a little bit. Let me sharpen this pencil. It's getting a bit blunt now. It's like, help me. Oh dear. Oh, I think a bit of sunshine's coming through outside. This might snap. I've done it too much. Look at that. Look at point. It's going to snap in a second. I'm just waiting for it. There we go. Just waiting for it to go. said sometimes when you're going in, because really these pencils are good for layering, but I'm too impatient and I like sometimes just going in full on like that, but they really do ache your hand when you do that. After a while anyway. Give me just a brush a bit. 2 more petals with the dark and then we can start blending. 26 minutes in. Oh, we're doing all right. I'm gonna get this page done, guys. Gonna get it done, promise. Missed a bit of that leaf. It's a gorgeous page though, this one it is. There we go. So, oh, the stalk. This stalk I've not done. So yeah, darker at the top of the stalk, going off lighter down the middle. I think I'm gonna have a sort of a little bit of a highlight on this side going down. Oh, another emergency vehicle. And darker down this side, so, you know, so the caterpillar's creating a bit of a shadow on this side of the stalk. So all the way down on this side I'm gonna go dark. What vehicle should we go for? I'm gonna go for another ambulance. Let's have a look. What is it? Oh, it's a fire engine. Should have known that. Its alarm went crazy. Oh dear. So there we go. So we've got a sort of a little bit of a highlight on this side. So the caterpillar's creating a shadow on this side of the leaf. So now I'm going to go in with the May green. So the May green we're going to... You know what? I've not blended these last 2 leaves on this other sunflower. How do I always end up missing something, me? So I'm just going to do that. And then use the buff titanium on the edges. I don't know how I manage it, guys. I really don't. Right, going back to the May green. May green, and let's blend this. Let's blend this one. So again, starting at the bottom, working our way up almost to the top, but leave a bit of white to blend with the titanium buff right on the tips. Leaving the centres as well, we're not going into the centre part of the leaf. There we go. You can hear noise outside. I think the bin men are emptying the bins on the opposite side of the road. That's what it sounds like anyway. It sounds like the bin lorry. I've totally missed this leaf with a dark green. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? I find that with anything busy, like, oh, especially if there's a page where her, you know, her on a portrait, say it was a lady with lots of flowing curly hair and her hair was intertwined with florals or anything else, I find it really hard to work out and I always miss bits. Same with anything like this. So going in with the May green now. I don't know what I like. Can't even shout at the screen at me either because I'm not live. If I was live you'd probably be going, Kirsty, you missed a bit. I'm going to sharpen this pencil. And I don't know where that bit's come from there, but I'm going to get rid of it. It looks like I've gone over the line a bit. Right, going back in. This pencil will probably snap at some point as well. I've sharpened this one a bit too much. I get giddy with my sharpener. That's what it is. I get too giddy with it. Are we still in frame? Nope. Oh, my belly. That belly rumble. So loud. Right, I think when I've finished up here, I'm going to make, not a coffee, although I'll probably need one. I'm going to make a nice cup of tea. Maybe dunk a biscuit in it. I was gutted the other day. I don't know if you've heard of custard creams where you live. It's like a type of biscuit over here that you can dunk in your brew. And, oh gosh, what are you doing, Kirsty? And it's got like two halves to it, and then it's got like a cream type centre thing. And I was dunking it in my cup of tea and it fell straight in. And I was like, I've not dropped a biscuit in my brew for years. And I dropped custard cream in, and it's the worst thing you could ever drop in a brew. Literally. The worst biscuit you could ever drop in your brew. Whoever knows what custard creams are will vouch for that. These are some big leaves. Taking some doing these. Taking some hard pressure on the pencil to get rid of all this white space. I didn't get a chance to prep my Pantone card last night to do that swan I said I wanted to do. I was too busy last night with the kids, so I'll try and do it tonight, who knows. I really love my painting though. Honestly, I get so much joy from doing those little cards. Anything bigger than those little postcard sizes, I think I might get a bit intimidated. Like if I just got a canvas that was bigger than that or anything, I think it'd be quite intimidating. But the size of those little Pantone cards, they're just really, really enjoyable to work on, just to do a little painting. And you can be as detailed or as loose as you want with your painting. You can do something a bit more animated, or you can, you know, get your fine detail brushes out and go a bit more detailed. It's totally what you're feeling in the moment. Whatever you feel like doing there and then. There we go. Now I'm going to go on to all the edges with the titanium buff again. And then that's the leaves done, and then we can do our little friendly caterpillar over there, our little hungry caterpillar, and then we'll be done. Well, a bit of a splash of metallic paint in the background, but then we'll be done. Let's do this last leaf up here. Not the last leaf, but the last big one on the edge of the book, she says, and then she spots this one on the edge of the book. No. Petite. I do try my best to get into the centres of each leaf rather than going like that, because I don't, well, it's gone over it now a little bit, but if I went that way I'd do it more. But when you sort of blend with a pencil like this, it dulls down the line art, the black line art. I'm not always a fan of it, so I do try and avoid it. I mean, you can't avoid it fully, it will go over it. I think these ones are pretty much all done. really love this duster brush. Where did I saw this on Colour and Chat with Sammy's channel ages ago, and it's the best thing ever for sweeping off your pencil dust. I just love it, honestly. There we go. I'm going to move on to my caterpillar now, but let's just give you a full view of what the page is looking like so far. Ignore the chaos on the desk because yeah, it's chaos, but this is what we're looking like. I think it's quite nice. It's quite nice so far, isn't it? So let's get in on the caterpillar. Going down. Going down. I need to zoom us in a little bit. So this is going to be a light green and a yellow mixed together. So the light green that we used on the leaves we're going to use on the caterpillar. The caterpillar is going to kind of be blending in to the stalk, but it is going to have that pop of yellow as well. So I am going to go in with the yellow first, and the yellow I'm going to use is the Cadmium Yellow 107. This is going to give a really vibrant pop, hopefully. And I'm going to go in on this on the top half of the caterpillar. So using a medium to hard pressure right at the top of all the little bits, even on his face, and I'm going to do his little, whatever they're called. I don't know what they're called. So hard to medium pressure all along the very top humps. Now you're going to use a light pressure to sort of bring this yellow into a more blended appearance. You're just going to use small circular motions to sort of buff it downwards a little bit, so you can see that's better blended there now. Now I'm going to use my May Green 170, and I'm going to bring a bit of this into the mix. Now this time with this pencil I'm going to start off with the hardish pressure right at the bottom. So on the bottom of the caterpillar, anywhere where it's the bottom, sort of that amount right on the edge. And then the same thing we did with the yellow we're going to do with the green. So we're going to use a lighter pressure now, but small circular motions, and we're going to buff it into that yellow. Like so. And then I'm going to go back in with the yellow to just make sure that we're going over the top of it all. So the cadmium yellow again, and I'm just going to, maybe a light layer this time, light pressure, just go over the whole of the, I've got a little mark on the page there, I don't know what it is, but with a light pressure just go over the whole of the caterpillar now with the yellow. There we go. I'm going to do his little feet yellow. So his little feet, just a hard pressure of yellow for his little tootsies. And then I'm going to go in with, where's my gel pen, my gold gel pen. And I'm going to do his little dots. They're really teeny tiny, but I'm going to go in on his little dots there with the gold gel pen. This is the Fleur one I used in part 3. Because he needs that little pop of gold on him. There we go, I think he's quite cute. So now I'm going to bring you back out again, because I'm going to do the background now, and you're going to want to see the whole page while I do it. Probably. Let's try and get a good angle on the whole page. So it's not going to be a close-up for this because you'll need to see the whole of what I'm doing, but I am using the Renaissance colours. This is the Afternoon Tea collection, absolutely stunning, and I use this all the time. Look at those colours. I don't know if the camera will pick up how beautiful they are. See them shining on the swatches, how gorgeous. So I'm thinking what colours would look like, sort of golden polleny type. It's either going to be the gold or one of these lighter shades of gold, which the Ritz maybe a mix of them. Maybe a mix of the dilly and the Ritz. You can tell I like the dilly. I like the dilly. Or even the Berkeley's nice. The Berkeley's nice as well. I think I'm just going to do a mix of all the gold tones and splat it. I'm basically splatting it on the background. So I'm just using one of my cheap brushes, and I'm going to wet some of these paints and just get them going. Just pop some water on the ones that I'm thinking about using. I think it's that one. Yeah, that's Berkeley, that's the Ritz, and that is the dilly. So I'm just going to mix some of these up a little bit and get them activating. You do have to let them sit for a minute just so you get the full pigments going. Just give it a mix and then let it sit for a minute or two. But look at me, on 41 minutes and nearly completed the page. 41 minutes into the video and she's nearly done. Right, I'm gonna let that sit for a little minute. I'll show you the page while I'm waiting for that a little minute. I'll show you the page I'm thinking about doing on the channel for Mailing Worlds. Big stretch while I get it. So here it is. Got it from the Works, £5, bargain. They always do the Kirby Roseanne's books in the Works for a £5. The Works is a UK store. It's brilliant. So the page I was thinking about doing is this one, because look, it's the least detailed page in the whole of the book, I think, but it's really nice illustration, that one, isn't it? It's like the back page, but it's gorgeous. Whereas if you look at some of these, I mean, look, wow, I can't see myself starting some of these. Some look fine, some look alright and nice, and some are just like, where would you even start? That's an okay one, because there's lots of white space in the background. It's like, it reminds me of Star Wars, that. That's fine, like pages like that, but then you've got some that are just so out there. Oh, that's the astronaut as well. Oh, that's the actual full astronaut page, so I might do that one then. And then the one on the back was just a snippet of this page then. Yeah, I might do that one on the channel. Some of them are so detailed, it's unbelievable. But yeah, you've probably all seen flip throughs of this one. So yeah, let's do our watercolour background now. Let's get it done. So I'm basically just going to dip into the paint. I'm going to get a good amount on, and then I'm literally going to splat it onto the background. I like it when it goes over my illustration, so I'm not going to cover them up. It all makes for, you know, it makes it nicer when you get splats on there as well. So I'm not bothered about that in the slightest, but I am aiming for a lot of the white space if I can. And I just like to tap my brush so we get these sort of splats. See how that's more of a splat? I kind of like that. Try and get in the corner a little bit. Maybe even try and aim some in the centre of the sunflower a little bit as well. Let me dip back in. I should have put some washi tape here because I don't really want it going on that page, but not too worried. Not too worried. It's nice around the butterfly, isn't it? See, if you didn't want the splats, you can put it on by spraying it with your finger. But I like the splats, and you can get the splats by just tapping it and sort of forcing the paintbrush forward at the same time, sort of thing. And I really like that effect. But it's entirely up to you what you want to do with your page. A few down here, and then I'm going to call it done, I think. And there we go. Or should I dip into that other colour? I didn't put any of the other colour on. Look at me doing too much now. She's going in. I'm going to go in with a smaller brush. It'll give you slightly smaller splats the smaller the brush you go for. I'm going to again go up here. It's going to be slightly different colour and slightly smaller splats. my brush a little bit more. There we go. And I'm going to leave it at that, otherwise I will get trigger happy. And we'll be here all day with me just splatting things at pages. So yeah, I'm going to lift up a bit of water that I ended up splatting down. It wasn't paint that, it was just water off the edge of the brush. But we are complete. So this is the page. I don't know how much you're going to see of the shine. It's not dried yet, so you're not going to, I don't think it's going to shine for the camera. But it is a beautiful, beautiful page. I'm really, really happy with it actually. Really happy with it. So I hope if you was colouring along, you're happy with your page as well. Let me know in the comments if you did. And thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.